Hello, I'm Justin Barnes, Vice President of Government Affairs for the Ohio Chamber of Commerce, and this is an update to provide you an overview of the federal government shutdown, where it stands, what's happened in the past 3 weeks, and what the implications are for businesses and the economy should it persist past November 1st. The funding lapse for the U.S. federal government began on October 1st, when annual appropriations or a continuing resolution failed to pass. Because of the funding gap, many federal agencies entered contingency operations, furloughing non-essential employees while keeping critical services in place. Almost 700,000 federal workers have been temporarily furloughed while funds are debated in Congress. On the political front, the United States Senate has repeatedly failed to muster the 60-vote threshold for either the House-passed continuing resolution or for Democrat-proposed initiatives to restore certain federal programs, such as subsidies for health insurance offered through public exchanges. However, there are signs of increased bipartisan conversations. Senate leadership has described a significant uptick in talks in recent days. Part of the reason for that increased intensity in discussions is the impact to several federal programs should the shutdown extend beyond November 1st. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, which provides nutrition assistance benefits for about 42 million Americans, and the Women, Infants, and Children, or WIC program, face suspension beginning November 1st if funding isn't restored. Similarly, the Head Start Early Education Program, serving tens of thousands of children across the country, is at risk of closures in 41 states, including Ohio, after that date. We want to keep our members informed about potential impacts on SNAP and WIC benefits. October benefits were not affected, but families may see disruptions starting November 1st if the shutdown continues. This could impact approximately 1.5 million Ohioans who rely on SNAP benefits, along with delays to some other public assistance benefits. However, Ohio's food banks and pantries remain open and operating as normal. We encourage you to share resources with your employees and communities. In Central and Eastern Ohio, you can visit mofc.org/shutdown for information on accessing food assistance and community support. For statewide information, you can visit ohiofoodbanks.org. Many small businesses, federal contractors, and local economies are already feeling ripple effects. Delayed contract payments, slowed loan processing, or withheld paychecks. Firms doing business with the federal government should plan for some short-term instability. Payment delays, stop work orders, or suspension of awards of contracts that they have bid on. Many contracting agencies operate only essential services during a shutdown. Non-essential procurement tends to pause. If the shutdown crosses November 1st, that risk intensifies as cash reserves at federal agencies deplete. Programs backed by federal agencies, whether small business loans, agricultural loans, or export financing, may see delays or suspensions. Firms that were counting on federal program support may face tighter access to credit, higher cost of capital, or project delays. The Congressional Budget Office, or CBO, issued an economic analysis on October 29th, indicating that if the shutdown ended this week, the week of the 26th, the cost to the economy would be about $7 billion. While extending the shutdown to 6 weeks, it could reach $11 billion in lost productivity, and 8 weeks would mean a loss of up to $14 billion, or about 1 to 2% of GDP for the fourth quarter of 2025. This means that businesses should brace for at least a brief period of weaker demand. Federal employee and contractor paychecks being reduced or delayed reduces household spending, especially in communities with large federal payrolls. Extended uncertainty also means businesses may defer hiring, investment, or expansion in the near term. Businesses across Ohio may feel the effects of the shutdown in other ways as well. Permitting, customs inspections, and regulatory reviews, such as those conducted by the EPA, the FDA, or other federal agencies, are often slowed during a shutdown. If this drags into November, industries reliant on federal permits or international trade may face delays. Businesses with federal exposure will find their planning environment more uncertain. The length of the shutdown is still unknown, placing a higher emphasis on the need for contingency funds and making risk management plans more critical. Credit markets may reprice risk if the shutdown looks protracted and ongoing. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, stay prepared, and we'll continue to monitor the developments in Washington in the days ahead.